Welcome to this Alaska Land Mobile Radio training presentation on the acceptance testing procedures. Because of the importance of the ALMR system to all of our member agencies, the system is managed carefully through detailed policies and procedures to ensure that the system is reliable and always available for our users. It is important to note that the ALMR system is not specific to any vendor. Therefore, we use a detailed acceptance testing process before any equipment is allowed on the system. This video will go through that process and share information to any of our members that may be interested in adding new equipment to the authorized equipment list. The ALMR system is built on interoperable standards known as the APCO Project 25 standard. Our system for ALMR is made up at its system core of Motorola equipment. However, there are many manufacturers of Project 25 compatible radios. The idea behind these standards is that any P25 compliant radio will be able to work and operate either on the ALMR system or any other type of P25 radio system. It is not required to have Motorola radios or other equipment to talk to the Motorola system. Therefore, ALMR members can choose any type of radio that they wish to operate on the system, as long as it meets the P25 standard and goes through the acceptance testing process we will describe in this video. Please note that it is the policy of ALMR staff that we do not recommend or endorse any particular vendor or manufacturer for radio equipment. We encourage all of our vendors to work with their different radio dealers, manufacturers, or other representatives to determine the equipment that will work best for their particular use case. However, we highly recommend checking with the ALMR help desk and ALMR staff before committing to any purchase of equipment. We will assist you in ensuring the equipment is on the approved equipment list, is compatible with the system, and that there are no known issues or other difficulties that other members have experienced in trying to implement the equipment. Do keep in mind that some features that may be available to Project 25 compatible systems like ALMR may not specifically be available on our system. The reason for that is the shared nature of the ALMR system, which has local, state, federal, and Department of Defense users. Because our system has Department of Defense users, we are required to meet FedRAMP cybersecurity regulations. Therefore, there are some services, such as non-approved connections or bridges, that may not be available because we do not expose the ALMR system to the outside internet unless through a secure bridge. So for instance, if your radio dealer is proposing a system that will allow you to use LTE or smartphone type features, this may not be available for all manufacturers, as not all systems and connections have been approved by FedRAMP. Therefore, you should check any features or any potential use cases that you are looking for in new equipment with ALMR staff to ensure there will not be any difficulties later in compatibility or FedRAMP approval. The acceptance testing process is a thorough process that ensures that the radio equipment proposed can utilize all features on the ALMR system and that it won't cause any unexpected issues with the system. We go through all Project 25 standard functions to ensure that the equipment performs as expected with ALMR in a live environment. It is not necessary to conduct an acceptance testing process more than once for any particular radio model. If another member has added equipment to the system of the same model, it will be added to the approved equipment list, which is available on the ALMR website. Look under the membership menu and look under equipment for approved mobile and portable radios. All approved radios are listed on this page. Please note, as we transition to TDMA, it is no longer permitted to add any radios that are not TDMA capable to the ALMR system. Therefore, you will still see radios on the website that do not have the TDMA capable notation. Note that it must have TDMA capability before being added to the system from this point forward. If you are interested in adding a radio to the approved equipment list, first verify that it is not already on the list that is on the website, and then contact the Operations Management Office for initial guidance. We will work with you and your appropriate point of contact in your radio dealer or manufacturer to get the correct information to your representative to proceed with the tests. Typically, the dealer or manufacturer must provide us with several different units of the same model for testing. Generally, we will request at least 2 units of any portable or mobile radio, as it may be required to conduct several tests with multiple radios at once. In addition, we have specific programming requirements for the test that should be programmed in by your radio dealer before providing it to the ALMR System Management Office. Once this occurs, we will schedule the acceptance test procedure at a mutually agreed upon time and date. All acceptance tests take place in Anchorage at the ALMR office. It is encouraged that the manufacturer or dealer representative is present to answer questions and witness the test. However, it is not always required. You are certainly free to also be present at the testing process. Note that an acceptance test process can take anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, depending on different issues that may come up, whether the programming is done in advance, and several other factors. Once the test process is completed, if the tests are passed, then that will be documented and will be officially allowed onto the ALMR system. If there are any difficulties, they will be noted, and corrective action should be taken by the manufacturer. This could include a programming fix, a software update, hardware issues, or any other type of fix that may be required. This is based on the specific test and the specific failure point. Here are the different tests that are part of a standard acceptance test process. Each acceptance test process has the criteria for passage available, and it will be documented during the ATP process with the various representatives that are present. If you have any questions on the details of an acceptance test procedure, you can contact the Operations Management Office for additional information. The acceptance test process is a critical part of adding equipment to the authorized equipment list. Again, keep in mind there may be other factors such as cybersecurity regulations and FedRAMP approval that may also impact our members' ability to use certain equipment or certain features on the ALMR system. For additional information on FedRAMP, see the training video available on the ALMR website. Please don't hesitate to contact the ALMR Help Desk or ALMR Operations Management Office for any further questions on the ATP process or for assistance with your radios.